Hey guys, welcome back to Confirm RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day getting ourselves back into another 2 Minute Technicals video. But today, looking at Bitcoin, I was kind of perusing myself over here and seeing like just right about where we kind of line up here for a previous cycle and how Bitcoin has been. And this is from, if we zoom back here, come all the way over here, we can see this is the previous fractal from 2013 to 2017. So this is a 4-year cycle. And this is what I'm looking at here from 2020 to 2024. It would just be this how this would be. This just makes the most sense in my mind. It seems to follow just as well as it does. I mean, hitting almost the same exact highs in plummeting to the same exact lows. If we were to just you could condense it to make it fit more of our our length here on a logarithmic scale. But it seems to me is like the highs and the lows kind of correlate with each other on how they work. Our capitulative moves, our move to the downside, our retracement, our next fall, our retracement, our plummet to the downside, our ranging sideways, our consolidation, our retesting of a very crucial region, crucial, and then getting the breakout, a back test, and then the slow grind out. This is what we were talking about. What was this? Oh, goodness. Latter half of last year. I think you guys can go back into my videos here on the channel, and I believe I talked about this and how I believed that we were going to be seeing some sort of crazy bull market for just crypto in general. We've just persevered through so much in seeing the FTX scandal. You got Celsius, you had Kraken, you had Voyager, had all these big banks just totally get ravaged and knocked out. It's been a never-ending saga of seeing things getting destroyed here in the cryptocurrency market, seeing the digitalization of assets, looking at BlackRock, looking at Citibank, looking at Wells Fargo. Everyone is starting to turn their heads, and at the same time, it's just everyone's screaming the narrative of lower. But as you can see in our periods here, there wouldn't be room for us to move like that because of what it would do to the overall sentiment of Bitcoin. You see over here, I have mapped out myself the previous bull runs that we've had trying to understand exactly how their moves. And as you can tell here, you're flying up, come back for support on the bottom side of the trend here. Come to 2618, flying up to the 236, obviously getting a huge blow off top here. This technically was the next run here in 2017. This is the 20 right there. Yep. So 2017 to fly back down to support here at the 2618. Then you can see the fly back up. And you see then you just make yourself into a new zone here, which brings you to the 2017 to the 2020, bringing that up there, showing you that high sitting there around actually almost a full extension, hitting there to almost 68,000. We were looking for that 72, but didn't quite get there. But regardless, then it gives us the next target we're looking for, which is sitting over here right now. And this has been my thought process for a little while. I've left this for myself idly by, looking at holding on a weekly basis above the 236 here at 25,673. Obviously give or take just a little bit, but holding above here, you can see everything's really congested. Everything's pushing itself together here, and we're going to be looking for something to show up. As you can see, everything crushed bearish back here in 2022. It's been almost a whole year of it's been over a year of bearishness, and now everything's converging. You just had a 20-day moving average here in the weekly push through both the 100-day and 50-day moving averages, as well as that 200-day. So it's pushing itself through, and you're seeing everything get caught on the 200-day moving average right here. That's just the past month. It really holding on. So my thought process now is if is holding this region going to really send us to the upside. So even on a set time period such as what we're in right now, just this monthly period, you could grab top side of the trend here. You can zoom out a little bit. You can see what that would even show us. That would give us that notion of by mid-November being back up at like 35,000. Actually, you'd be in the middle of this region. You're gonna see 35K, 37K. That would be what would be happening. And slowly grinding its way back up. I mean, everything would be turning bullish again. You know exactly what happens with that. It takes time. But this has been my thought process and how I determine how Bitcoin's been. Because you can see how the past bull runs have worked, the past cycles. If you zoom in here, you can tell once it broke through this region, it never came back. And same here, this region. This is its high, through it. Came back for support on top of it, tried to come back for support but didn't need to, and then same in this region, and hasn't come back and decided to retest and fall through the ceiling it had made. And this is the same thing over here. It came through and it didn't fall through. So that's always been my kind of stipulation, because that's what was going to change it all. Is if we were to fall through the ceiling here around like 14,000. That was going to be no bueno, obviously. That was going to be detrimental to Bitcoin. But if it didn't fall through then, why would it fall through now? That's the region. We're literally getting something very similar to even we even saw here in 2017 and 2020. This push upwards and then that sort of retrace and then the fly out. And we're looking at the same. Almost, obviously, it's a little more elongated because of the numerous retests we had in this region of 2022 after it flew up there to 69,000. But we all know that this was the top here, in quotations for the market, and then obviously it had its blow off top of in quotations, because it really wasn't even that blow off top. The volume was actually less than what it had seen. See, the volume profile over here was actually less with the higher number than what we had over here when we hit 64,000. So it to me, it's a similar situation. Right now, we're getting ourselves moving. We're getting ready to see some interesting action over the next portion of 6 to 8 months. I mean, considering that you seeing this dot right here is June of next year. I mean, just from here to here is December to June. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see that on a chart like this, but you can see just how that looks, just standing back and just absorbing what trends we're in and how things in Bitcoin have worked. So that's been at least my consensus on how I'm determining what's going on with Bitcoin. I turn bearish 100% when you fall below this region of 25,673. If we fall through there, I mean, kind of all bets are off. You're turning to the downside. Obviously, it could wick for a couple days or a week, but I don't really care about weeks. But what I care about is getting a weekly close below that number and actually seeing us start to fall to the downside. If we do, then so be it. We'll be seeing ourselves, unfortunately, do something we haven't seen. So, but what are your thoughts? Are you thinking Bitcoin's going to be starting for the moon? Is it going to actually start pushing to the upside? Is it going to be, I mean, the summer's over, is it not? September is almost over. So what does that mean? October, November, December, those are pretty decent months usually. I hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember, none of it's financial advice, is my personal opinion. And I'll see you guys on the next one.